Good morning, everyone. It's May 7th, 2025, and welcome to another Mornings with the Manager. As you know, we try to host those video meetings every 3 weeks, and I appreciate all the questions that I'm receiving, and also I appreciate all of you watching this, if not live today, but probably when you have a chance to watch it later once we post it also into our YouTube channel. So again, a quick overview over things that I think might be interesting for you to hear about, to learn about, to have more information about. Last week, Wednesday, we presented to the City Council our first draft of the city budget. And as you know, a city budget is like your household budget. We look at how much money we are getting through our income sources, and then we look also at what are the repairs that we have to do here in the city, what kind of expenses do we also have. And like you balance your checkbook, we have to do that on a larger scale. Our general fund is our main uh, fund for operating many of the services that you come and learn and liked about the city of Monterey. It includes our library, includes our recreation programs, the sports center. It includes also the public safety, fire services, police services, to a smaller degree, public works, and also all the other support functions that include finance department, the community development department, as well as human resources, information technology, etc. And then we have on the other side of the general fund a variety of smaller special funds, special revenue funds. Parking fund is one of them. Probably one of the larger ones, but the smaller funds are the funds to maintain the sewer systems, the sewer fund, storm drain fund, cemetery fund, etc. Overall, the total budget for the city of Monterey will be north of $220 million this year. The general fund itself has expected revenues, expected income of around $110 million. And for next year, we are expecting expenses in the amount of about $122 million. So just by comparing those numbers, income 110 million, expenses 122 million, you see there is a delta, a difference of around $12 million. And we have taken great care of balancing the budget and coming up with those revenues that will help us then to present to the council in June the final budget. And we showed a few of those methods to the council last week, Wednesday. In order to bring the budget into a balance, we are suggesting to leave some positions that we have currently not filled for quite some time, continue to be unfilled. We also have significant salary savings coming out of this fiscal year and savings also in the operational accounts. So we are using the year-end savings to put them into next year's budget. And then we do a few more things. One of them is that we will leave the funding level for the Fund for Economic Uncertainty at 20% of our expenses. So we raised that a few years back. It went from 16% to 20%, and that gives us more breathing room in case of a larger recession or a traumatic event like we had with COVID. It helps us to get by. So we'll leave that at 20%. But our other reserve contributions, for instance, to the sports center, conference center, pension fund, etc., we are reducing those appropriately to give us the flexibility to go into the next fiscal year. When we counted our income also, we were cautious, but not super cautious. What I mean by that is a budget is also a great exercise in estimating incoming revenues. We are sitting down and we will estimate what will be the hotel tax, what will be the sales tax, what will be the property tax revenue, but also how much will be the income be from membership fees in the Monterey Sports Center? How will we book out the conference center and receive revenues for the room rentals? What will be the commission level in the conference center based on lunches and audio visual, etc.? So it is a very complex estimation, but we were in those estimates of our income also taking under consideration all the swings that we experience right now in the stock market, but also all the swings in policies that are still not solved with respect to the tariffs that will have an impact on the spending power, the discretionary spending power of many of our residents. And so we were in our estimation cautious, but like I said, not super conservative, but we ended still up on the more conservative side when we estimated hotel tax. I can share with you that C Monterey, our destination marketing agency, had a different number with respect to hotel tax than we. We were about, I believe, close to $1 million lower in our estimate than actually what the destination marketing agency foresees for us. So time will tell. I can share with you that the council asked a lot of questions, and I think our finance director did a great job in answering all those questions. And stay tuned. We are now in the home stretch of the budget, which we will bring and present to the City Council in their first meeting in June. And at that time, we show all our cards, our final cards, so to speak, and are looking forward for an engaged conversation with the community, but also with the City Council. That leads me to last night's meeting. Last night, we had a major presentation by our Public Works Director, Andrea Rennie. She presented to the City Council what are the needs over the next 5 years and then over the years 6 years to 20 for our infrastructure. The City of Monterey has a huge amount of assets that we are maintaining. As a matter of fact, that inventory does not have a tendency to get smaller. It has a tendency to get bigger and bigger. And many of the elements that we are adding to our inventory are costing us money, costing us general fund money. And some of the assets that we are maintaining and that we are keeping are really underutilized or absolutely overpriced in the cost of maintaining it. Just think about the many historic old facilities that we have here in the city that are in need of continued operations and maintenance costs, but also in need of rehabilitation every 20, 30 years. And some of those facilities are coming up for that. And so last night, our presentation to the City Council was to further quantify what are the costs with respect to our city facilities. We have 97 city facilities that we are maintaining. Many of them are historic and spread out. We do not really have a comprehensive city hall. As you know, our offices are widespread. They are in historic buildings, and they are also in buildings that have reached the end of their life cycle, i.e. the public safety building housing the police and the fire station. And the council and the community will be looking at funding options for many of those facilities. And I shared yesterday with the City Council that we have to ask all those uncomfortable questions that we know will bring out the best in our residents, meaning there will be a lot of passionate pleas for certain facilities to maintain or to see, can't we continue doing business as usual? And I'll let you know already, the answer is no. We cannot continue doing business as usual and hope that the management tactic of muddling through will actually work. We have quite a number of large-scale financial challenges in front of us. You heard about the civil grand jury report, about WARF number 2 and WARF number 1. There are multi-million dollars that we need to find to reinvest. By the way, both WARFs are completely safe, and the civil grand jury report did not clearly enough distinguish what the condition is and what the actually impacts are. But we will address that also in our response. But going back to WARF number 1 and WARF number 2, we both know and appreciate each one of the WARFs. But we have to ask questions about, let's say, WARF number 2, municipal WARF number 2. To what degree do we want to continue that maintaining and rehabilitating a WARF that really doesn't serve a fishing industry anymore than 40, 50, 60 years ago? It has been a smaller fishing industry. So is it worth the investments that are necessary to rehabilitate the WARF, or is the money better spent in upgrading our library or our public safety building? So the question here is, do we want to serve a small group of vendors and fishing families there in lieu of neglecting public safety buildings for our police and fire, or cutting back on library programs, or cutting back or not doing the necessary investments into our library, community centers, fire stations, etc.? These will be uncomfortable questions, because at the end of the day, we are very proud of our heritage, and we understand that there's a great deal of gratefulness derived from being where we are today, based on many, many generations of hard work in the Bay. But we have to ask those questions. Similarly, we have to ask the question, how do we fund the public safety infrastructure that we have to reinvest? I want to share with you, the police station was built in 1959. And when we interview police officer candidates, they also take a good hard look at the facility. And when you look at our building, it is a charming building, but it didn't age very well. And police officer candidates have choices. This police department is one of the departments in the city that is notoriously underfilled, just because we cannot find enough qualified candidates. And so there's a cause and effect also with respect to public safety. If our building is not 21st century style, we will not attract all the candidates that we like to attract. So those choices have to be made in the future. I understand the council is tasked to work with you, our constituents, our neighbors, our businesses, to figure all this out. And it will be a tough process over the next few years to come up with good solutions. Last night, Councilmember Smith and Mayor Williamson both agreed on many key points there, and spoke about an incremental process, and that probably there is not the big lottery win out there that gives us all of a sudden $200 million and allows us to do a multi-pronged approach. I want to share with you also that we are then piggybacking on the presentation yesterday by our Public Works Director. In 2 weeks, our Finance Director then will talk to the Council in very, very broad strokes about funding opportunities. She will present what can we do in order to close that gap. And again, there are good stories to tell as well. It's not just all doom and gloom. Measure P&S has really helped us to take good care of our streets and our city-owned sidewalks, as well as our storm drains, and ADA improvements with respect to traffic signals. That is a wonderful revenue source. We have improved our road condition index to a never before seen high standard. And that's a good news story. We're collecting anywhere between 11 to 12 million dollars in that special sales tax that can only go to those purposes. And again, a number that you should be all aware is 62% of our sales tax. 62% of our sales tax gets paid by outside folks living outside of the city of Monterey. So a lot of the good work that we are able to do is paid for by visitors to the city of Monterey. However, that means that while we could take good care of our streets and our city-owned sidewalks and storm drains and ADA improvements for traffic signals, there's a lot of other things we do not have actually a funding source for. And that is to a great deal our city facilities, our city parks, and other things that are not supported through special funds. And so that conversation will focus on how do we find the money. Someone can easily say, "Hey, let's find a bond measure and collect $100 million in bonds, and then we spend the money on our infrastructure." Kind of what the school district has been doing for many years. And those of us who live in the city of Monterey and own property, we have over the years, past 2-3 decades, seen parcel taxes there. And so there are pros and cons for parcel taxes because in order to pay the bond back, you need to identify a revenue source. Otherwise, nobody will lend you money. So we will discuss what are we doing with the bonds. And I think I shared this with the council last night also. A parcel tax is not really an easy solution, because what that means is that increased parcel tax cost will be passed on also to those who are renting those parcels or live in multifamily housing units on that parcel. So shall we do that also? Parcel tax identifies as the revenue source the property owners. We all know 64% of people living in Monterey are renters. So, and they enjoy those service levels as well. So how can we make them part of the equation to a degree as well? So this will be conversations with the council, with the community. What are we doing? Sales tax, we are maxed out. There's really nothing we can do to add more sales tax there. We need to renew some of the tax measures in order to not lose funds. But the problem in front of us can be solved. And I think together with our neighborhoods and our businesses, we will figure out a lot of ways that we will present to the council. And then over the next couple of months, the council will decide how they want to bring some of those tax measures or some of the measures with respect to bonding forward to you, the voters, for the election in 2026. One of the measures, Measure PS, needs to be renewed, and I'm very hopeful that this will be on the November 2026 ballot. So last night it was based on the budget we heard on Wednesday, and then on the infrastructure needs presentation, and then in 2 weeks we wrap it all up with talking about funding options in very broad strokes. We also talked yesterday briefly about the sidewalk vending ordinance. We have continued the final reading of the ordinance. We are looking into some other suggestions that were made, and hopefully can tie this all nicely up and bring it back to the council in the next 2 or 4 weeks for final determination. We have started our second year of rental inventory. We are asking everyone who rents out a unit to register. There are some exceptions for the smaller landlords who have 1 to 3 units. They are exempt from paying fees. We are asking everyone who is renting out for money to register their units with us. We have a lot of help offered for those who are requiring us to further help them in entering the data into the rental software. And stay tuned. There is also a flyer that was sent out, I believe, sometime last week, and lots of PR is being done to notify everyone how to do it. Again, it's the second year. It provides us with some interesting data points that we have shared with the community and continue to share. And it will help also to the council to understand what kind of policy they may need to set for the future. So that is underway. In other news, on Saturday, May 10th, we will host an event at the Montecito Park. It's called Fun in the Park and is a STEAM event, science, technology, arts and music will be presented there as well. And I hope that math, I'm sorry, not music, math. And I hope that you will come out to Montecito Park. It is in collaboration with the Boys and Girls Club. It's also has bouncy houses there, and Kona Ice will be there. And we also have our library bookmobile there. And if you have ever attended an event at Montecito Park, it is always very, very well attended. Lots of fun, lots of interactions between neighbors, and also all the team members that are there to make it fun. It starts at 11 and ends at 1 p.m. It's from 11 to 1 p.m. And again, Montecito Park on this coming Saturday. May is Building Safety Month. We try to also mention to the City Council all the different divisions and departments that make this city so great. One of them, for sure, is our building inspection team. These are the folks that go out to all the building sites and help the community to get remodels done or new construction done according to building codes. They ensure that the folks that are working on that site are qualified and know what they are doing. And so it's not an easy job for building inspectors, plan checkers, as well as the building official to walk around and be the ones who point out mistakes. But at the end of the day, it ensures that our community has structures built that are up to code when they were built, and that they comply with fire safety and building code safety regulations. And they are many times our forgotten heroes also, because they make a community great and safe. And last night, the council honored them and recognized May as Building Safety Month. We also recognized May as AP I Month, Asian Pacific Islander Month, with respect to honoring our Asian heritage here in the city of Monterey. And our assistant city manager and our team here had provided a good overview and an agenda report talking about all the different heritages that we have here in the city that dates back to the Chinese, Japanese, Filipino immigrants that are part of our history, and also a part of our successful DNA here in the city of Monterey. We will be hosting also May 8th a listen and learn lecture about ADUs here at City Hall. If you have a chance to stop by there, it will be again tomorrow from 11 to 1 o'clock. And we will inform you about how you can build ADUs. It will be in front of the council chamber. It's an outdoor event, so stop by tomorrow, 11 to 1, and there will be our team from the building department, and will explain to you how you can build ADUs here in Monterey. And then also on May 20th, our building team will also offer another information about how you can inspect and maintain your sewer lines that go from your home towards our sewer mains in the city street, as well as encroachment, residential property inspections, plumbing questions, general contractor questions, etc. All this will be addressed, and all the trades are invited, all the experts are invited as well to join them and talk to all the folks if they have general questions, and that will be very helpful for them to also understand how to do business with the city in case you want to remodel your home or you want to work for someone as a general contractor and you just don't know exactly how to start that project. That will be on May 20th from 8 to 10, and this will be hosted in our office here at Room 4 at City Hall. Last item, our conference center, or I'm sorry, our sports center pool restoration, replastering is going as planned. We are on track. We have a great contractor there by all accounts. They are doing a phenomenal job, staying focused, having the right mix of expertise and number of workers on site. The pool will be hopefully reopening early June. We also use the opportunity to fix some other things. There will be a new pool deck. There will be also some work be done at the pool wall that is at the easterly end of the sports center. So a lot of work will be there, and we hope that we can reopen the sports center with a big splash, so to speak, early June, when we will also celebrate our anniversary. So with that, I conclude by, as always, saying, hey, it's a great day here in Monterey. It's a great day to be working for the city of Monterey and to be part of just a great community that really understands what is important and has made all our lives so much better. So thank you as always. If you have a question, if you want to talk about something, shoot me an email or give us a call, and I'll make sure to either respond to you personally or make sure that we find the right person to connect with you so that you get the answers that you deserve. With that, have a wonderful day in Monterey and hope to see you again in 3 weeks. Bye-bye.